Sherlock Holmes, Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, the Blue Carbuncle. In this lesson, there are two major characters. First is Sherlock Holmes, and second is his companion, his friend Dr. Watson. So, Dr. Watson visited Sherlock Holmes' house second morning after the Christmas to extend his holiday greetings. So, that time Sherlock was lying comfortably on the sofa. He has worn the purple color dressing gown. And there was a wooden chair. On that wooden chair, worn out shabby hat was there, and a magnifying glass and tweezers were also kept placed on the chair. So, as the Watson approached him, he said, "Am I disturbing you?" So Sherlock Holmes says, "No, not at all. I am not disturbing you. I am very happy. Someone came to my home to discuss with me." But Watson said, "It's a trivial matter. Okay, this matter is having a very much little importance." Now he's telling to him, oh, on the Christmas morning, Peterson, the commissioner, had seen a man staggering God Street. And there was a scuffle, there was a short fight between the man and the attackers. So immediately the Peterson interfered in it, and the man went away. And the ruffians, means attackers, also went away from that place. At the end, the goose and the shabby hat is taken by Watson Peterson. Okay, this shabby hat and goose was taken by Peterson. So did Peterson manage to return them to the owner? So this question is asked by Sherlock Holmes to the Watson. Now what is happening? That's the challenge. The goose had a tag for Mrs. Henry Baker on it, and its initials HB were written inside the hat. So it is not easy to find out the person Henry Baker in the whole city. So here now Sherlock Holmes asked them, what did Peterson do then of goose and the hat? So he brought the hat, Watson answered. He brought the hat and goose towards me on the Christmas morning. He took the goose back to home, and the hat of the unknown man was kept towards the Watson, okay, who lost his Christmas dinner on that day. So Sherlock asked him, what clues you have about the owner? So he said, only observations will reveal who is the owner of this hat. So Sherlock says, you are joking now. You can observe such worn out hat. So he said, Watson says, it's really intellectual. This hat is very expensive, and but this man has not sold this out. But he is looking very intelligent person. And Holmes placed his hat on his head till the nose, and he was thinking about this matter now. So what is happening now? This hat is 3 years old and having excellent quality, and it was an expensive hat which hasn't replaced. So definitely they thought that the person who owns the hat was in hard times, difficult times in his life. So he leads a very sedentary life. Okay, means normal life. He rarely goes out. He was a middle-aged person. His hairs were cut. He was having facial cream. Okay, and the fluffy dust which is on the hat indicates that the person was living indoors for the most of the time. So here Watson says what to answer to the Sherlock's. You are clever. Your opinions are clever. But since only the goose is lost, isn't this all bit excessive? So now, in between, Peterson entered in the room. He was amazed to see them, and he says that, Mr. Holmes, the goose is. I have brought a goose. My wife found something inside the goose. So Sherlock Holmes says, what happened now? Did the goose miraculously okay saved, or got the life, or fly out of the window? So Peterson says, look, sir, what was in this goose stomach? So Peterson held out in his hand, revealing a scintillating, sparkling blue stone like a star over there. So Sherlock Holmes realized that this is the carbuncle or the blue stone of Countess of the Morcar. So he said, this was lost in the Cosmopolitan Hotel fire. So now Watson says exactly 5 days ago, John Horner, a plumber, was accused of stealing it from the lady's jewelry box. But the stone wasn't found on him or in his room. So here Sherlock Holmes answered, "You see, Watson, only observations are taken on a more tone. You must place on advertisement in the evening newspaper. So I will keep this stone with me on your bag. Please buy another goose to replace your family costume. Consume." Yes, Sherlock Holmes requested to Peterson, "You can have another goose for your family to enjoy your dinner or food, whatever you want to do with it." So later evening, now Henry Baker arrived at the Holmes residence again. His appearance confirmed Holmes' delicious. Mr. Baker happily accepted the new goose, mentioning that he had bought it from the Alpha Inn near the museum. Now, Dr. Sherlock Holmes says, "We should visit the Alpha Inn next." Bundling up next year, remember, Watson, we have a simple goose on the end of his trial. At the other, the end man whose innocence must prove. So now Alpine, after speaking with the landlord, they learnt the goose came from the Breckenridge, a salesman at the Convert Garden, at the Garden. Okay. Now Sherlock Holmes says now Mr. Breckenridge, Holmes said, we stepped out into cold. We must ensure a man's innocence. So now, reluctantly, hope Mr. Breckenridge is not ready. He checked his record and identifies that Mrs. Oakshott of Brixton Road, okay, as supplier of the geese sold to the Alpha Inn. Means when he had checked, the woman Oakshott of Brixton has sold that geese to the Alpha Inn hotel. So as we left the commotion, means so much crowd came over there. Holmes approached the man arguing with the Breckenridge. Now Holmes said, "Can I help you?" "I am Sherlock Holmes." "Oh, sir, I have been looking for you," the man said. "Who are you?" "So, what is this about?" So Holmes asked John Robinson. The man said hesitantly, "Oh, no, your real name." So Holmes insisted that man again and again. So at the end, the man has answered his name is James Ryder. So Sherlock Holmes invited him in his cab. Within half an hour, they were back to the Baker Street, and Holmes showed the rider the blue carbuncle. Now, Holmes said, Dr. Sherlock Holmes said, "James Ryder, your game is up now. I have every evidence to find out that you have stolen this gem of Countess of Morcar." Okay, so Catherine Cusack told me, and Ryder replied that you and Cusack framed Horner. Okay, and knowing past, and Holmes continued. So you orchestrated the theft, means you had done the theft and had him arrested. So Ryder collapsed there and he was pleading, he was asking for the mercy. He confessed that he was hidden that stone in his sister's house to avoid the suspicion. Later he cut the goose and stone was not there. So he returned to the house, but she had sold the remaining geese, including one with the bar tail. Unfortunately, there were two such geese over there. So I leave the country, sir. James Ryder is saying the charges against Horner will collapse now. There was a strong silence, broken by Ryder's heavy breathing over there. Tapping the Holmes finger on the table, Holmes says, "No more words." Holmes finally said to him. So again, Ryder is saying, "Oh, what, sir? Oh, thank you." He was very happy as he left him. So at the end, Sherlock Holmes concluded